So, we got an idea of what Crash Team Racing is going to look like on the Switch. Let's check it out! What's up guys, Canadian Guy here, and back with a nice quick video. So recently Amazon posted new images on their site showing off new shots of Crash Team Racing. Now, I don't normally cover new images of levels unless it's something massive, but today we're going to be approaching this a bit differently. See, the product shots for the game that were uploaded so far had the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions, but Amazon also now has a separate gallery of images showing off the Nintendo Switch version as well. This will be the first time we see what the game will look like on the Switch. Now before I start, I love my Switch, but we all know it's not as powerful of a machine compared to the PS4 and the Xbox One, so obviously these images are going to be downgraded. If it comes off that I hate the Switch, that is not so. I had noticed in one of my recent videos that people were having a hard time choosing what version to go with, so I'm here trying to help you guys determine what versions you want to pick up if you are a multi-console owner, or if you want to go pick up a PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or Nintendo Switch for this game. So let's take a look, shall we? First off, we got this shot that has popped up on the Switch gallery. Luckily, we got an almost exact shot over on the PlayStation 4 gallery so we can compare. So here's the PlayStation version of the shot. And here is the Nintendo Switch version. So the first thing I noticed was Crash's fur. It kind of looks like a porous texture instead of the regular fuzzy marsupial. In fact, if we look at Crash's hair in general, it looks more clumped together, including his eyebrows and hair. Now on the overall image, there is a significant loss of color and lighting. This can be seen when comparing Coco and her cart. A lot of the colors just seem flatter and the dynamic lighting is just not there. Also, we see an overall downgrade on the textures like the rocks and the ice. Now overall the image still looks good, and yes, we all knew it wasn't going to be as good as the PlayStation or Xbox version. I'm just pointing out the details for those deciding on what you want to buy, because obviously the Switch version has the advantage of being portable. Next up, we luckily have another great comparison. We got Cortex, Crash, and Purah. Now this is the PlayStation version and the Xbox version, and this is the Switch version. Again, porous Crash shows up with the clumped hair. If I'm going to be 100% honest though, I would have preferred if he had more of the Insane Trilogy look compared to this one. I don't know, there's just something off-putting about this to me. On the flip side, other than Cortex looking a bit paler, this one's actually pretty good in comparison. Purah looks good, but is a great example of the loss of color and dynamic lighting. Now there is a lot of texture loss here in this image, so let's go over some of them. The grass has been removed over here and has been changed to basically baked on textures. The pyramids have a loss of detail that is kind of blurring everything together, and if we were to look at the skybox, the texture of the planet and the stars are all greatly reduced. The lighting on the trees have all been but removed, but also the biggest change are the tires on Purah's cart. So much so that these may not even be the same tires. The other two seem like they're pretty close, but this one is so vastly different that I'm thinking these might be completely different tires for this comparison. If not, yikes, that's a difference. Now there is actually one thing that worries me about the downgrades that might actually impact gameplay. Most of these are just aesthetic and don't change the actual game. However, the flames coming out on the exhaust might be an issue. Now we can see the flames on the PlayStation 4 version is big and full, showing the type of boost. However, the Switch versions is quite reduced. Now, when you do your power drifting or your drift boosting, whatever you want to call it, you can either look at the bar at the bottom right corner or look at the exhaust to time the boost. When the exhaust goes black, that's the visual time to boost. But this might affect the readability of Sacred Fire. I'm not going to explain Sacred Fire as there are more qualified people than I who could explain it, but this is the basic gist, is that if you boost a lot and time the boost pads correctly, you can get top speed and even break top speed. You can visually see this by the blaring flames from the exhaust, hence the name Sacred Fire. But in the Switch version, if these images are exact comparisons, it might be visually harder to see see that you have Sacred Fire, or to even Drift Boost. Now, I may be wrong on this, but if you consider yourself a CTR Elite player, this might be a factor for you. I do not consider myself that, but I am trying to see this in the point of view of all types of players. Now, there is one more thing I want to compare. You may have already seen it on the close-ups, but this time I'll make it more known. The resolution seems to be significantly less on the Switch, which is expected to be 720p. When we zoom in, we can see the lines begin to get jagged and pixelated, which is a telltale sign of a lower resolution. Now, we don't have what the official frame rate is of the game yet, but the Switch might be looking at 720p at 30 frames per second, but this is speculation on my end. Now, we will have to see what the game looks like in motion. Promotional stills do not give the official feeling of the game, as the game is a high-speed kart racer. These details I pointed out may not even matter at all, but some of them might be a selling point for some people, as it's a hard choice to choose between the Switch and the other consoles. Or you could be like me and waste your money on both versions. But which version do you think you'll pick up? Comment below and let me know. By the way, a huge shout out to my Patreons and sponsors on the channel. I appreciate your support and letting me be able to do this full time, as I got a family to feed. If you want to support the channel, the Patreon is in the description below, and be sure to subscribe for more nostalgic content. And while you're at it, why not check out another video I recently made? Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.